Ja's 23 years old. And how much was his contract?
Over 230, I want.
Imagine,
rough estimate, yeah.
Imagine you're out of high school for 3 or 4 years, right? And you get over $200 million. A young man, prime of his life, healthy, popular in the city, right? Unless you have a solid foundation. I was as a master chief in the Navy that I was in the Navy for 32 years, and I was a master chief for 15 of those years. I dealt with a lot of young men and women, for that matter, but the men seemed to be the knuckleheads. And a lot of them, some of them would get into some pretty serious trouble, a lot of it legal. And it was my job to bring them along and provide that leadership, that father figure that a lot of them didn't have, especially being away from home. So the whole point is, hey, man, I'm not going to enable you to continue along with this behavior that you have. And that's what he needs. Yeah. And I'm not saying he should be excused from anything. Quite the opposite. He needs to be held accountable. Although his teammates are going to say, hey, I got your back. You do you, Ja. You get healthy. You get well, whatever. But, I mean, there's a respect level. These guys are out there putting it on the court night in, night out, right? Like we saw last night, and Ja's not there. Why? Because he made a silly, stupid decision. Not just one, but multiple. But this one's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
He does not need to be enabled, and he knows that. Everybody around him knows that. But he needs that person or persons who's going to pick him up and slap him around a little bit, because that's what he needs. He's the man, yeah, and he's got a lot of money. But that does not mean you can be a bad human being. And I'm not saying he's a bad human being, but when you continue to make these mistakes, you eventually become your decisions, right? Yeah. So he needs that. And so, yeah, easing him, if he comes back this year, easing him on from the bench onto the floor, I think is for two reasons. One, he hasn't played in a while. Two, I think he needs to earn the respect. I'm telling you, they may say they respect the hell out of him, excuse my language, but he hasn't been there because of it's not like an injury.
Yeah.
They have. So he needs to earn their respect, and he's going to be the leader of this team. He needs to be the leader of this team on and off the court. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, man. You have hundreds of millions of dollars. You're young. You're set. Your whole family is set for like 4 generations, right? Be the guy that you're supposed to be, right? Don't worry about all the hoopla. The older you get, hopefully the wiser you get. And I think he's going to learn this. Question will be, will he? Mm-hmm. There's one thing, they say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. The application of that knowledge is power. So if he can apply what I'm hoping people are telling him and what he's learning, then he will be a wise person. If he gets that, he's going to be, man, the sky's the limit, bro. I mean, for him and the Grizz, if we can keep him around in a small market, yeah, man, come on, man. I mean, that's how you enjoy life, right? Is not making stupid decisions that's going to negatively affect you or someone else. So I think he's going to get it. I hope he's going to get it. And I think that his teammates or whoever they've got to, I don't know, talk to him, counsel him, whatever. But I think he needs that role model to slap him, not physically, but say, hey, man, smarten up, bro.
Yeah.
And I think if he gets that on board, like I said, he's going to do great things on the court.